What does not kill me makes me stronger. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Without music, life would be a mistake. I cannot believe in a God who wants to be praised all the time. In every real man, a child is hidden that wants to play. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. The most common lie is that which one tells to oneself. Lying to others is relatively an exception. Art is the supreme task and the truly metaphysical activity in this life. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. A thinker sees his own actions as experiments and questions as attempts to find out something. Success and failure are for him answers above all. There are no facts, only interpretations. Whatever is done for love always occurs beyond good and evil. I would believe only in a God that knows how to dance. There are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know, and those who want to believe. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies but also to hate his friends. When one has a great deal to put into it, a day has 100 pockets. Without forgetting it is quite impossible to live at all. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason, he wants woman, as the most dangerous plaything. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. Great intellects are skeptical. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. To forget one's purpose is the commonest form of stupidity. Love is not consolation. It is light. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. Life is a well of delight, but where the rabble also drink, there all fountains are poisoned. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. Mystical explanations are considered deep. The truth is they are not even superficial. There is not enough love and goodness in the world to permit giving any of it away to imaginary beings. There is always some madness in love. But there is also always some reason in madness. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. The thought of suicide is a great consolation. By means of it one gets through many a dark night. It is hard enough to remember my opinions, without also remembering my reasons for them. The higher we soar the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Love is blind, friendship closes its eyes. Believe me. The secret of reaping the greatest fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment from life is to live dangerously. A woman may very well form a friendship with a man, but for this to endure, it must be assisted by a little physical antipathy. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. We often refuse to accept an idea merely because the way in which it has been expressed is unsympathetic to us. To predict the behavior of ordinary people, in advance, you only have to assume that they will always try to escape a disagreeable situation with the smallest possible expenditure of intelligence. There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth. No one can construct for you the bridge upon which precisely you must cross the stream of life, no one but you yourself alone. There are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know, and those who want to believe. A friend should be a master at guessing and keeping still, you must not want to see everything. All human beings should be able to laugh and think, to get their souls out of their bodies and be carried aloft. Every great spirit seeks to shatter the formulas that have become hallowed by time. I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and the impossible. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not an end. Love is a means to an end, itself. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs, he alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. The most perfidious way of harming a cause consists of defending it deliberately with faulty arguments. The objection to a classical education is that it is too apt to be respected and unquestioned, a statue instead of a growth. Judgments, valued judgments concerning life, for or against, can in the end never be true, they possess value only as symptoms, they come into consideration only as symptoms, in themselves such judgments are stupidities. Morality is the herd instinct in the individual. Of all that is written, I love only what a person has written with his blood. Write with blood, and you will find that blood is spirit. One ought to hold on to one's heart, for if one lets it go, one soon loses control of the head too. There are no facts, only interpretations. The most common lie is that which one tells to oneself, lying to others is relatively an exception. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. In reality, hope is the worst of all evils, because it prolongs man's torments. The future influences the present just as much as the past. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason, he wants woman, as the most dangerous plaything. The mother of excess is not joy but joylessness. Without music, life would be a mistake. A man's maturity consists in having found again the seriousness one had as a child at play. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Insanity in individuals is something rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs it is the rule. There are many things that have never been done, but that does not make them impossible. All things are subject to interpretation, whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit but also the spirit of his friends. To become what one is, one must not have the faintest notion of what one is. The most dangerous untruths are truths moderately distorted. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. The doer alone learneth.